Hello gamers, what's up boys? Today we're gonna play the 5A. Many of you asked after I played the 113 to play the 5A. Now this tank I'm not as much of a fan of as, for example, the 113. Mainly because I feel like the armor on this thing is a lot worse than most heavies. The turret, not as great. The hull, not as great. Ammo rack issues as well. This heavy is a bit harder to play because it's not brain dead. I mean, it's kind of a brain dead hold on tank, but not as much as other tanks. It has way more drawbacks. You get penned way more often by enemies, and you have to play it a lot more careful than you would need to play even an E5, for example, because your armor is worse. I mean, outside of the Cupola, of course. Anyways, we got Runeberg, tier 9, tier 10. Enemy team is sending a lot of tanks middle. I went with HP here because it's a trading map, so I want to be able to make the trades, right? And thanks for all the positive comments on the E100 video. I do appreciate that. Thanks for all the answers there. Let's see if we can get a shot here on somebody in the middle. There's a line peeking there. I don't see why the line is even peeking this, unless he's like willing to die or ready to die, more like. Interesting start, but when I see this amount of tanks there and there, and there's nobody playing where the T55A is, I'm always tempted to go there myself. I won't be getting shots in the middle. I mean, not reliable at the very least. And my T55A will not be able to hold G1 effectively either. No intuition to heat here because, you know, the heat is nice. It has that 340, while the AP has the 250, so in this kind of engagement you can benefit a lot from using it. I'm going to peeking out here, trying to see if I can find the phase 1. I do not, so I'm going to peek slightly wider. Find ourselves a Rhino, and this is 5A gun, and I think many of you that have ever played a 5A will sympathize with this. It's also like the 277. The gun can be extremely random. You'll have games where you hit everything, and then you'll have the games where the gun is like, well, did he just get pushed out by the face? Because if so, I'm sorry for shooting him. Like, he either DC'd or he got pushed out by the face. That's... yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for shooting him. I tend to try not shoot people that get pushed out because, you know, I feel bad for them. But G1 here is a very effective position for basically any tank. Also be careful by the tall tank because your cupolas will stick out here. I think G1 is in general just pretty good to play. Especially when your team is losing, G1 is a really good position because you can hold pretty well from here and punish the overpeaks the enemy team may be making. I mean, Dive 4 is just a very juicy snack here though. Let's be real, in general, Type 4s are not really a threat or anything, and they are just a shitbox, to be honest. I don't know how else to call it. Like, the Type 4 is really just it's a shitbox, man. When you see it, you farm it, and yeah, like, at times you can feel bad for Type 4 players because really they can't do anything. I mean, he can't do anything from that position at all, except for just sit there and take it like a man, which is exactly what he did. For us, though, it's epic because it's just a simple, easy farm that we're going to be very happy with and taking to ourselves. I don't even know where that pens, but yeah, the face turret against heat is not that great. You can always spend the sloped part next to the gun, left and right. Those are pens that you can basically always go for against that, and then he gets owned by the Yak Panzer 100. I am perma-spotted, of course, because the Rhino can spot me through the wreck. Always gotta remember that wrecks are an object, but they are not preventing spotting at all. Now the E5 is speaking. I had to go for the bottom of the turret there because I don't think he was going to expose his cupola against me. And I kind of do want to start going across. The Rhino is speaking though. So I want to shut off, go for the hull there. 491, we'll take that. Give us a nice 4.4k damage so far. I even want to play a bit more aggressive here myself because E5 is going to be going on the balcony. You can see that by his movement he's going to go play towards here. My team has taken the field as well. And at this point in time, I'm quite content with potentially losing some HP here against the Rhino. I mean, I am full HP, I don't have to be worried. Aim to make sure we hit the shot and not look like an absolute bot. So, good stuff there. I mean, pretty chill, straightforward Runeberg game, I think, for most of you that are watching. I didn't do the highlights of the role in terms of gameplay. What I did do well though is fallen back to G1 to provide covering fire for my team. I did do that well. That was a good play no matter what way you look at it. It's something that many of you should remember as well to do. Because it's always better than pushing across, especially in a 5A as well. If I push across, my cupola's on the wrong side for it as well. I mean, as in the wrong side to peek, because it's here, so as soon as I start peeking that corner, it starts sticking out. It's not that good. We got a good 6k damage game out of it. When I played the 5A on Aslains, I not put a good result down because I didn't really like it. It could be also because of me, because I feel when I don't like a tank as much, or when I don't like a tank, I tend to not perform that well on it in general. Whenever I'm like, I don't like this tank, I tend to have just not good results on it. I don't know if this is like a mentality issue or something, but that's just kind of how it goes for me. Got that shot as well, that's a bit lucky. To round it up to 6,444 damage in the first game. Ideal MM, to be honest. Ideal a Type 4 actor as well in this game to provide us with some free damage opportunities. Just shots onto the enemy team. We'll take that. On another note, I'm thinking about in terms of content variety, right? Because I still want to give you guys some different kind of content on YouTube. If I were to make, what my thought would be is, because maybe some people would be interested in it, is to make a longer video, around 1 hour, maybe once or twice a week, probably once, maybe twice a week, where I'm basically just sweating for DPG on a tank off stream, talking, thinking about what I'm doing, but it's like just like really just gameplay orientated mainly, maybe even a bit less talking than during the current YouTube video, but you'd see a lot of different positions, different maps where I'm just playing for DPG, and maybe you would learn something from it. But I don't know if this is like kind of interesting content that people would be into. It would be just kind of like a small tryhard session for YouTube, like an hour on a tank, like Tank of the Week, WZ5A. I try and squeeze as many games out in that hour as I can. I make the video 1 hour and cut out the waiting segments in between, and see how that works out if you're interested in it. It's kind of different than a tank review video, or like talking about a tank review video, because it's just purely focused on where to go, what to do damage, etc, etc, which I'm kind of doing now as well when I'm telling you. A 6-feet line, to 9 to 10, ideal MM. We always go through the outside because we can maybe tap a light on the crossing. Then we moved behind the hull down, although that hasn't yielded that much results for me recently, but we're still trying anyways, because I think it can work out as well. The only danger there would be if, for example, they, what do you call it, their 279 decided to go to that spot, and yeah, it would be probably not too good for us, because, well, it's 279, and you know, 279 is kind of invincible in a way. And instead it is a 5120. It's a 5120 with an HP booster though. PTA on the run, give him a shot. 5120 might peak. The V4 is just going for it because it's an average V4 player. They do not care. They find a target and they push towards this target. And another shot against the PTA. The V4 picks it up. That's unfortunate for the PTA. We both hit that. I mean, Chinese gun, Russian gun. You know, they're gonna be hitting those kind of shots. I get one on the ow. I went on the 5120. Take one mic from the Yak Panzer. It's less than ideal, to be honest. Taking one from the MX-30 as well. That's okay. That's going to be a low HP battle kind of fight. That's not really what I was hoping for in this kind of game. It's kind of unfortunate. I also need this T-54 to start getting counter, so I can actually play the game again. And yeah, that hurt, man. I think we can all agree that definitely hurts a lot. But yeah, I need this T-54 to get countered, so I'm not like just constantly perma spotter. That would be pretty cool. MX-30, he was sticking out a little bit. I'm gonna be careful from the red line though. I could get shot from the red line in this position. Can nobody shoot this guy at all? There's no way nobody can shoot this guy though. 140 is committing forward, which means we can reverse and actually shoot this because he's committing into the dip. The shot will be passed in this moment here. And he keeps going for this. Not really a good shot, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie and say that was a really good shot by me, because it definitely wasn't. 145. Can't be taking damage anymore at this point. Got a good shot against him there. That's the 140 that is. Now we should be unspotted as well, and hopefully somebody will be spotting for us the 140, so we can actually shoot him. My team's down a little bit of HP. We need to start using our T-54 lightweight though, to actually get some info. And I need a spot on the 140. I don't know, maybe from the lightweight or the PTA or really anybody in this moment in time, because this is the moment in a T-54 lightweight that you don't end up sitting there anymore because it's just not worth it. It doesn't really do anything anymore to just sit in the bush. There's nobody that is gonna get spotted by you that anybody can shoot at, so better here in general is to go for the proxy spot, but you know, I cannot force the T-54 to actually use his keyboards, you know, like I can only ask him and then hope that he, you know, does it. Got a spot on the T-30 though, give him a shot, very good. Is he still sitting in the open? He is. Side turret of the T-30 is always spammable. I think most of you know this. On most American turrets, outside of like the T-32, I'd say, and maybe the M103 as well, you can just shoot the side of the turret with, well, side, it's not really the side of the turret, it's like the outer side, past the mantlet, and pen it pretty reliable, to be honest. It can't really stop you or stop your shells, and I'm still getting spotted here, which is weird. Like, I don't know what is spotting me. It has to be the Leo almost spotting me, because what else could spot me over here? If you think about it, I'm not having the greatest of games, mainly because the, you know, Yak Panzer countered me, which was, well, I'd like to say it unfortunate, and I think unfortunate, Leo's on the red line. Unfortunate is the right word here. I'm gonna pick up the Leo there. Good shot on him. Puts us in 3.2. If we can get a few more shots here, we can actually salvage this battle. T-30 spotted. Gotta go back. Might have banned, might not have banned. It's kind of hard to say at this moment in time. It depends on how my shell went. Okay, the 263, we did ban him. The 263 is in the red line though, so if we back around the corner again. 263 is getting spotted out. He's running. We cannot shoot him. The Yak Panzer, however, we can shoot, but he's gonna explode as well. He's turning, so we go for the lower plate instead. 5A gun being 5A gun. This happens with the 5A. I'm gonna peek this anyways because I'm really greedy. I've always been. Side third now, the Yak Panzer. We got a good pen against him though. We have now 3.7. Not, like I said, not a great battle. One more shot here against the Yak Panzer, which is beautiful. And the 5A gun decides to be 5A gun again. The 279 is speaking me. I'm still reloading. I low roll him. The ram though, I can block his gun, but he's shooting AP, so that's not gonna really do much. He's shooting AP. If he's shooting heat, I can gun block there and be fine. If I got the Yak Panzer shell, it would be 4.7. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, it started off pretty bad. Took one from the 120 and then one from the Yak Panzer and one of the MX-30. And that was minus most of my HP from the beginning of the game. Is that unlucky? Kinda. I didn't really expect the Yak Panzer to be sitting in K4. I don't tend to expect these kind of things coming out from Yak Panzers. And it happens, but the recovery was decent though. For the situation we were in, we tried our best, tried to make it work. You know, it is unfortunate. Also that the gun trolled us on the Yak Panzer is unfortunate, because, you know, the lower plate one could have penned, the side third one could have penned. We have one blind against the T-30 though, which I forgot about, which gives us what, 4.8? I think 4.8. Yeah, 4.7 actually, so the T-30 shell there kind of saving us as well in this battle. Still top damage though. You're always curious for how much I lose per battle. It's 34k. No personal reserves activated. No personal reserves activated. Premium account, but no clan booster, no personal booster. Don't really think I have consumables in stock either, although I might have a few. So, to be honest, I don't see, like, you don't really go that broke on playing tier 10 with heat or with APCR, whatever the premium shell is. The way you go broke on tier 10 is by missing all of those shots, to be honest. Now, let's see. Prokhorovka, double light, double ID, bunch of long range tanks. It's gonna be a hard one. To be honest, it's gonna be a really hard one. And we're going with the HP setup again, because I'm probably going to need it. First step on this map, usually for me, is to camp in 1-2 line with the boys. That was a joke. We go middle. We can kind of maybe punish an overpeak here or a light here. Does that suck against 30? Yeah, well, doesn't suck against 30 except for indeed camping in 1-2 and being unspotted. So, you know, that's kind of the current thing that I'm looking at. It's always bad against 30 to go middle, but at the same time, what else can you do? When you want to punish an EBR or a light, you can always drive over this slope here or that one there, because you get a slightly elevated position. The slightly elevated position makes the shot slightly easier, although the EBR peaks super high anyway, so it wouldn't have really mattered. But you do get a slightly better shot out of that. So that's something to remember in your games. And then the EBR is going to peak up there again. Give him one more. We're kind of really hardcore owning their lights right now. I really dumpstered their EBR, to be fair. Like, really dumpstered him. Now you gotta be careful from the hill. If somebody commits on the hill, they can shoot you, so you have to be careful from this. And there's the ID. Professional ID player. He's the cousin of Dr. Mixman. When I get a decent shot here, just destroy this building. When you destroy this building, you can sit here. I mean, the 1-team can't really, because it doesn't have gun depression, but you can in the 5A. You can sit here and just watch towards them. It's not really a problem. You can also watch towards the hill. It's slightly too far away, so you may not have the spot on them. But if somebody decides to overpeak the hill, you'll definitely be able to get that shot. Our EBR is going to go kill their EBR. That would be beautiful. He does get that. He takes, what, 1 for it? Yeah, he did take 1 for it. But now their Manticore is low HP. The Lion is speaking, like I said. 5A gun being 5A gun. The shot was definitely good enough to maybe get a hit from, but, you know. It doesn't want to, it doesn't want to. You can't force these kind of things. You just gotta be careful. I'm just gonna be chilling now and waiting. The Lion peeking again. Not having a shot on him this time though. Not nearly good enough of a shot. He's speaking much better than he did before. We can't really do much against him either. We just have to hope that the middle slowly gets framed and we get some free damage. The worst mistake we could make here is to try and make a peak to do some damage, because we feel like we're being useless, because that would 100% result in us probably taking damage for it, maybe even dying. This is now a game of patience. This is really a game of patience. If you want to blind shoot something, you can always blind shoot the bush there, Imo. Like right there. Don't think that hit anything. I could counter the chieftain here if I wanted to for a shot, but their 2 IDs not being on reload right now, I think that is probably still a mistake. E5 there, Lion not really peeking. One of the IDs is there. Don't know exactly where, but there. And this is what I'm talking about, with peeking in the middle like a bot. So they have a Lion playing the red line, no pair my armor. Most likely he's behind the bush. He's not behind the bush. Oh, interesting. Our ABR needs to start chilling, because it's just not the play. He's not in the bush either, apparently. Which means he has to play maybe slightly further behind the bush. If I had to guess. No, he's not there either. So he's playing this area here, trying to sit safe against the lights. Probably over there then. That's a miss too. I know I'm blinding quite heavy now, but it's also because I literally have nothing else to do. So why not shoot the blinds that I can? Not there either. Interesting. He has to be roughly there though. Like, because he's shooting. And I'm not hitting, which is interesting. In the meantime, we seem to have pushed the hill though with his 60 TP. It's quite an interesting factor as well. I tried to shoot a Lion. I didn't get a shot on him though. Now the TVP is YOLOing in. Yeah, not being too close to the hill there kind of cost me, man, if you think about it. I could have shot the TVP when he decided to come back in. But we have now our Lion coming in as well, which is going to give them some damage. Their T-57 is running towards this though, which means that I could peek him for this, but I thought I could shoot the MX side turret. I'm sorry, Mr. 57, it's going to have to be you. Worst part is I know it's one of my viewers, because I recognize the name. I'm terribly sorry, homie. The fact that this lion can shoot me is insane. The joys of Prokhorovka with IDs and redline tires, right? I have successfully thrown away my HP. I'm also successfully getting slightly annoyed by the map and the MM because, well, it's kind of hot shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of hot shit. I'm an AFK VZ. I hope I don't get spotted for this. I'm okay. A gift from God himself, man. A gift. A gift from Iron Jesus. He's like, you're suffering in Prokhorovka, buddy? Here we go, man. Have this gift. Have this. Oh, we hit the T-57, just didn't pen it. We also spotted the pan, but they're trying to run away. Man, you see, by the way, not having turbo on the 5A, look at this, like this reverse speed, bro. This is one of the reasons why people put a turbo on the 5A, because like the reverse speed feels really bad. That's why it's one of the choices. I mean, I have a few equipment setups that can work. I'll go over it after this game. But yeah, sometimes not having turbo feels like a death sentence. In general, this lion is going for it though. Waiting for him to spot one of the 3 unspotted top tier tanks. The chieftain got owned now by the E3. There is indeed a lion somewhere there. Yeah, there is indeed. There he is. We're really in position to shoot this. It's a failure on my part. Got the shot though. But now that I'm a bit slow to shoot that, I'm a bit slow to shoot everything else as well. It's like a domino effect, you know? It's kind of a domino effect after. Because I was a bit slow on the lion already. That now I wasn't ready for the shitbine. I'm ready for the idea. Track him, because that is also very important. A good commander sometimes tracks the opponent. Now the E4 is also not really in the best spot for me. Jesus. Oof, that was a beautiful shot though. Not sure if that was really deserved for a shot, but Jesus, it was a beautiful shot though. The Manti has to be on the red line. Manti has to be on the red line. In those bushes there. He has to be. Because I'm getting spotted, which means yeah, he is somewhere on the red line. No? No? Manticore in front of me, maybe? Where is this sneaky fella? What? He was on the red line. And I got the shot. He was on the red line. The lion just didn't drive close enough to it. Decent game. All in all, decent game. Would we say that we did really well in this? No, we mainly farmed the paid actor, the VZ, for like 3 shots, which kind of saved it. But overall, yeah, the 5A, it's not a bad tank, but it's somewhere in the range of, it's not really a hold-on heavy, and it's not really like a super heavy in terms of alpha and stuff. It's like, it takes a little bit of everything, but excels at nothing at the same time. IMO, that's how I look at it, right? It doesn't have the gun of the Eskong, and it doesn't have the armor of the 277 or the 113. But it also has more gun depression than, for example, the 277. So it's like all these kind of little things that like it makes a bit of a hybrid of different classes, different tanks, quite hard to play. Over the 3 games we got 5.4, not too bad. In terms of the 2 setups that I currently have, it's Vents, Stabs and Rammer with a Vents directive. You could also have a turbo there if you want to, because I did say playing it without turbo it's kind of at the same time. And my second setup here is the HP Stabs Rammer setup, pretty standard with a Stabs directive to try and fix the gun. Those are your 3 possibilities in terms of field mods. Pretty straightforward. We don't take all-terrain suspension. We just don't, because we can attract a one-shot even with hiding. Aiming circle size, pretty standard. Extra view range, and then the forward speed. And we have nothing on the last. Although if you mainly play with HP, you could potentially just lower the dispersion and have, you could lower the dispersion, have slightly less HP. That is a possibility for you. If you don't play with HP, I wouldn't even consider it taking either of the 2, to be honest. Anyways, gamers, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to see you guys all on the very next one. Thank you for watching. See you guys soon. Peace, peace. Ciao.